for Learn to Trade online show now.
Cheers, I'm Paul Botterill. I'm the founder of Actions to Wealth and Online Trading Profits, head of the Actions to Wealth trading team.
Hi guys, Simon Williams, crypto trader, crypto investor based in London.
And I'm Ash Bull, and I am a professional trader and investor.
And before we go back to Sylvia, I'm going to take you through how you can win $1,750 in this show right now. So hang tight. We're going to share screen and go straight off to Facebook. And hang tight, and we're going to go straight off to Facebook and show you guys exactly how you guys can make $1,750 in the next little period of time. You get a chance to enter that. So you have to come to this Facebook page here. Now, the team will have posted links into this. Welcome, one and all. There's so many in the room. It's good to see you all. But you need to come to this Facebook post here. Learn to trade online. You need to join this group or be in this group. You need to find this post, Online Trading Profits, featured. If you scroll down, it's tagged at the top. But if you scroll down, you can see here, 30 October trading competition. 30 October trading competition. And what you need to do is you need to write your name here. So you need to come down, find this, and write your name here. In a few minutes from now, we're going to come back, and everybody who's written their name here will have a chance to I don't quite know what happened to me there. Everybody who has written their name here will have a chance to go in the draw to place a trade today. And what you can do if you win is you can either, you'll know my trade, Ash's trade, and Simon's trade, and you can either steal one of our trades. You can be the thief in the night, the Learn to Trade Online thief in the night. Or if you choose to, you can place a trade of your choice. Now we'll pull two names out to make sure somebody turns up and comes in the show and does that. If nobody comes in the show, if the two don't come in the show, then the money will jackpot next week. It will jackpot next week. No us picking a trade for you. Either you turn up and steal our trade, or you place a trade, or we will jackpot, and it'll be $2,000 next week. So to be the chance to win $1,750, place your trade and beat the three of us. Jump into this group and place your name now. Now I'm going to quickly, and I mean quickly, the winning of the man in the yellow shirt is Ash. His trade from last week was the winner. He was dollar Swiss long. Simon, mine, and the guest trades all lost last week. So I'll get James to take those trades away, and we will remove them. We'll start putting the trades back on. You've still got a few minutes to join that group and to put your name in that chat if you want a chance to win the $1,750 today. Rightio, over to you, Sylvie.
Okay, thank you, Paul. Next up is trader investor Ash Bull with his trade for this week.
Thank you very much, Sylvie. Yes, my trade for this week. Now I've got a minute, so I'm going to rely on you to time me, Sylvie. I've got a minute to take. You can count in your head; it's fine. I am going for the CAD yen, and I'm going for a short on the CAD yen. It may be a shade early for this trade. The CAD tends to be weak right up until the end of the year. One of the weakest currencies right up until the end of the year, in actual fact. But it really starts next week. But what happens this week? Well, on Tuesday, the BOJ decide on their interest rate decision, and that could drive this trade one way or the other. But I like where it is. You look at this on the monthly, already seeing that we're at a level of resistance. Look at this on last week, bang, straight through the monthly pivot. Now I'm going to put in a little trend line here. And when I put that little trend line in there, don't love the color, but it's okay. Hopefully you guys can see that. In fact, I'm going to change it to black so you can see it just a little bit easier. Trend line there. And that suggests that we are through this area. Maybe a little push back up again, but I'm looking for it to come down, potentially creating some kind of support in this area. So this week, my trade is the CAD yen short. And I guess back to Sylvie, or is it back to Sai?
Okay.
Yeah, I'll take it on from there. So I like that trade, Ash. That's a great trade. I like that one. I am going to keep mine really simple this week. My trade of the week is Aussie Swiss long. It's a really simple setup. For me, it's a lovely double bottom down here at this level that goes all the way back to the COVID lows. And on the back of that double bottom and on the back of the seasonality for the Aussie Swiss, which, as you can see, from October through to November tends to go on the tear. For those two reasons alone, I am long Aussie Swiss. Back to you, Sil.
So we've got two trades in. We're long Aussie Swiss and we are short CAD yen. Was that it?
That's right.
Now, again, you guys got a couple of seconds left. If you want to be the person who trades against us, jump into that Facebook group and post your names. I'm going to go back and check on that page now. Then we're going to go to Sam with the wheel of names and we're going to draw out two people. And the first one will have the first chance to trade against us. If they don't turn up, the second person will have a chance to trade against us. Great to see the number in the room so high. I hope you guys are watching on other social media. Don't forget to like us, follow us, hug us. I don't know what else you can do on social media, but whatever else you can do, like us, all that stuff. Keep the numbers up so we can get more and more people involved. So here we go. I'm going to view more comments. And the names we've got, you guys can see them. We've got James O, we've got Kevin Bradley, we've got Gabriel Sim, we've got John Trader back in again, we've got Paul P in, we've got Anne in, we've got Raj, we've got Gary, we've got Crystal who's just joined us. Crystal who's just joined us. We'll leave my name out. Sam, can we do the wheel of names, please? Can you pick us out two names, name one and name two? There we are. Crystal's in there. Let's do that. Crystal's in there. Let's spin the wheel.
Well, we need some music, don't we? We need some music, don't we?
Yeah. Yeah. First winner is Anne. And if you're here, jump into the session. You can have a chance to place a trade against us. Can we have a second to back up just in case, please, Sam? The lucky last day, Crystal, the last to join. Crystal, the team will reach out to you and give you instructions on how to come into the webinar. And if you're in the webinar in a few minutes, we'll give first Anne if she's here, and second Crystal if she's in live. We will give them a chance to. Right now, it looks like Crystal is in and Anne is not, so we'll see how that plays out in a few minutes. Rightio, my trade. Gosh, I've agonized all day about my trade. I'm going to share screen and get down to it. And I'm going to take the Kiwi dollar long, and I'm going to take the Kiwi dollar long on a fundamental reason. And I'm going to take the Kiwi dollar long because at 2 o'clock on Friday, the final New Zealand election results come in. And this market has been pricing in for some time now, 2 weeks for special votes, that the election majority on the night won't stand and the third party has to come into the coalition, and that will be a disaster for New Zealand. It couldn't be worse for us, and that is well priced in. Everybody's expecting the special votes to swing back towards the party that was voted out. Historically, they do very well in this, and that would bring a third party in, but special votes are made up largely of overseas votes. And this country was closed off to the world, including its own citizens. You couldn't come back here during COVID, and that government did that. And they are not very popular overseas. So I think special votes may not move the power away from the National Act Coalition, and they may hold on. And I think if the National Act Coalition do hold on, the New Zealand dollar will put in a low somewhere around here. We may see the coalition negotiations. It's a risky trade. The coalition's negotiations may yet unsettle the market because there's a long process. Still 2 weeks after the election, we still don't have a ruling party, and it'll take another 2 weeks after that to get a coalition agreement for those parties to work together. But I still think if National and Act hold on to the majority, the market will respond positively to that, and we will see a rally in the Kiwi. So that'll be 2 o'clock New Zealand time on Friday. I am long the New Zealand dollar. I am long the New Zealand dollar. And rightio, I'll do this part, Sylvia, if it's okay. Let's invite this week's winner to place their trade. So do we know if Anne is in the room? Anne, are you in the room? I'm going to take the silence from the team to suggest that Anne is not in the room. Crystal, are you in the room?
Crystal's here.
Can we give Crystal some powers and see if she wants to steer one of our trades, or whether she wants to? Has Crystal just dived off?
Yeah, hi. Can you hear me?
Hi, Crystal, how you
Hey,
Hey,
doing?
Crystal.
Hi, I was so excited. I would never expect that I would be the winner. I'm not prepared, so I couldn't actually show you the video now, but I'm really very excited on that. Okay, so I either steal one or, okay, maybe I think that I would like to propose for the USD yen long.
USD yen long. Crystal's trade is dollar yen long. If her trade beats my trade, Ash's trade, and Simon's trade this time next week, she will win 1,750 Singapore dollars. Crystal, I love the fact you've had a chance to pick your own trade. And I'm looking for the thief in the night, the first one that steals one of ours. We do win most weeks, but good luck to you. $1,750 up. And for those of you that aren't in it this week, if Crystal doesn't beat us next week, $2,000. If Crystal doesn't win next week, we'll be playing for 2,000 Singapore dollars just for picking a trade on one of those you can steal from us. You've got to have a good chance of doing it. Thank you very much, Crystal. We're going to ask you to come on camera next week so we can say hi. And back to you, Sylvie.
Sure, thank you.
Well done, Crystal.
well done, Crystal.
Bye.
Bye.
See you soon.
Thanks, Crystal. See ya.
Okay, part of being successful trader is continue to learn and improve. So each week we have Ashbull take a chart pattern of the week.
Thank you very much, Sylvie. And this week we are going to talk about the dead cat bounce. Now, the dead cat bounce is quite often misinterpreted by traders because they believe that anything that rallies to the upside off a move down is a dead cat bounce, but that's not really the definition. Here we have got a situation where this Aussie dollar is pushing to the downside, continues to push to the downside here. Now, after it pushes to the downside, we need an event, and that event pushes the market viciously in one direction. Well, it's going to push it in the same direction. So in this this situation here, the event is the Aussie keeping interest rates on hold, which is, you know, that's the kind of event we need. We need something specific and we need something relatively big. This ends up pushing the market to the downside, but after the market has cleared itself to the downside for a couple of days, investors and traders come back into the market and think, okay, that was an overreaction and that particular price is not the right price. So they start buying it back up again, creating a dead cat bounce, because actually there are still investors that missed the first move that believe that the Aussie keeping interest rates on hold is still relevant, and they push the market all the way back down again. So the dead cat bounce is this area here, the move against the initial reaction to the news event. And that's that. Dead cat bounce.
Okay, that's interesting, Ash.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you for explaining to us about that. One of the most dynamic and fast-moving market is the crypto space. Let's have our crypto expert, Simon.
Hi guys. Yeah, just could be a bit clunky this one. I did this on a train. I'm on one screen, but let's have a go. 90 seconds, no chance, 2 minutes maybe. So last week we spoke about the flight to safety within the cryptoverse, altcoins bleeding into relative safety of Bitcoin. BTC USD rallied 30% in the last 2 weeks, taking out its 2023 high. You can see that on the chart here. The question I've been asked all week on Telegram was, is this new money? So let's take a look. BT dominance seen here at 53%. It's the highest it's been for over 2 years. This means that half of the total crypto market cap is dominated by Bitcoin. We can see here in chart 3 that ETH/USD also rallied hard over the last 2 weeks, up 20%. So combined, Bitcoin and ETH own over 65% of the cryptoverse. So on that basis, you would have to expect the total market cap to have made new highs. And as we can see here, that simply is not the case. So what's the conclusion? Conclusion is not so much new money, probably just a transfer of wealth within the cryptoverse, perhaps, maybe. Now, that's a reasonable conclusion, and it's likely correct to a degree, but I think that there are other forces at play. I think it's more likely a combination of this as well as this. The iShares Bitcoin ETF narrative that simply will not go away. This is the BlackRock ETF that's awaiting SEC approval. Now, according to data, over-leveraged short traders were wiped out during this latest Bitcoin move. Hundreds of $millions were liquidated, adding fuel to this emphatic move. On top of this, we need to consider something else. When futures and option traders are short, they're forced to hedge and they are forced to spot buy Bitcoin, no matter how high that price is. And they have to do this in order to cover the speculative short positions. So on top of shorts being liquidated, options and futures traders are forced into buying spot Bitcoin to cover themselves. And this will almost definitely add a pair of twin turbos to the move. One last thing. The amount of Bitcoin on exchanges, as we can see here, are levels not seen since 2018. We consider Bitcoin on exchanges as liquid Bitcoin that's likely to be sold. If you look on chain, you can see that 70% of the Bitcoin held has not transacted for more than 1 year, and 30% of the Bitcoin supply has not moved 5 years. So the supply is low. Bitcoin volume on exchanges in September was the lowest month since December 2016. What does this mean? It means that hodlers are hodling hard. I'm going to wrap it up there. I do have a bit more, but I've gone over. I'm going to wrap it up and I'll pick the rest up next week. So on that basis, back to you, Sil.
Simon, I'm going to jump in for a second on this. Simon, does it mean that there's a certain percentage of Bitcoin people who just can't find their coins anymore?
No, it's 70% of people. Let's say it's this. It's 10% of people that can't find their coins anymore, and it's 60% of people that just aren't selling.
Fair enough. But like Wes, really.
Yep.
Okay, back to you, Sylvie.
Okay, the boys have been on fire with the sports bet on this week. Let's get an update from last week and their bets for this week. Ash, your bet?
Oh, thank you very much, Sylvie. You know, you kind of come in that the boys have been on fire. I have to say, Simon's been on fire. Paul's had a pretty good run too, but Ash has not been on fire. He had another loser last week. I picked Newcastle to beat Borussia Dortmund in the Champions League, and actually Borussia Dortmund they schooled them a little bit. Newcastle did bounce back at the weekend with a draw against Wolves, but they were very, very lucky. And actually, I don't like Newcastle's form at all, but I do like Arsenal's. And I love the price here. Arsenal are going, I'm looking for Arsenal to beat Newcastle away from home, paying 31-20. So if you like, in real money, that's about £1.55 for every pound put on, or 155 profit for every $100 put on. So I'm going for Arsenal to go away to Newcastle on the weekend and turn them over. That's my bet of the week, Sylvie.
Okay, I wish you luck, Ash.
Thank you.
Okay, Simon, your bet?
Yeah, so I'm 7 from 8. I thought I'd just drop that one in. Last week we had Milan, Man City and Liverpool on a treble. That came in nicely. £100 paid 180, so 0.8 profit. This week I've gone for another treble. Straightforward. City to beat Bournemouth, Liverpool to beat Luton, and Real Madrid to beat Rayo Valencio. This £100 will pay 174, so it's a 0.74 profit if it comes in, and that will be 8 from 9 if it comes in.
Oh, what a run!
Boy, it's pretty good money for those 3 results, isn't it?
Yes,
it's not bad because you'd want all of those to be strong probabilities, right?
Yeah, looking at City at 1 to 10. I mean, the other 2 are really good.
You know, we should have done. I should have tracked it because you're 7 from 8, but I picked a few winners that had a bit more money, right?
You're correct.
I wonder if our return would be around the same, but it could be well ahead. I'm not sure. Sylvie.
Yeah, now your turn, Paul, for your bet.
Fantastic. And my bet last week, I had South Africa to win the Rugby World Cup final by 1-12. I've got to say, when they won it, I nearly vomited, but they did. They did win it. And yeah, I should have taken a bet on the English referees being completely useless. This week I'm going to go for the rugby league, the Island Championship in Australia versus New Zealand head to head. I'm going to take New Zealand with a point start at 12.5. Australia short price favourites for this, but they beat New Zealand on Saturday night in Australia. It was a day when New Zealand lost a lot of games of sport. The basketball team lost, the cricket team lost, the league team lost, and the All Blacks lost. And they're replaying. That was the last round play game of that competition. The final is this Saturday in Hamilton, New Zealand, and that's why my money's on the Kiwis. I think in Hamilton, New Zealand, New Zealand's got the bigger pack, and I think they will get pretty fired up in front of a big home crowd. I would expect in New Zealand, and as such, I would expect them to get within 12 points of Australia. Maybe tip them over. Tipping them over is paying $4. I thought I might keep the money a bit tighter than that. So $1.90 is the money. And I've got New Zealand with a 12.5 start versus the Australians as my sports bet of the week. Rightio. So excuse me. Let me just show you that because I didn't do it then. Look, we're going to wind the show up in a couple of minutes. I want to thank Sylvie for coming in and hosting for us, Ash and Simon for coming in and putting their trades and their sports bets on and sharing their knowledge with us. I do encourage you, if you're watching us on social media, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, like us, follow us, and make our social media continue to push the numbers up for the show so we can continue to add more and more money to the pot of money we give away. The more people that come in every week, the more money we're going to put in that prize pool every week. $1,750 for Crystal to win today, and if she doesn't win, we'll be playing for the first time ever for $2,000. We're still looking for the first thief in the night, the first person to turn up and steal one of our trades. Got to say, the traders that we train have done pretty well in these competitions so far. Remember, take care, look after your capital. We'll see you next week. Thanks, everybody. See you.
See you guys.
Bye.